It is 2:34 a.m. on the continent of Africa. This is Chief Abundance. You are welcome. I placed in all the groups a video that was posted in our Global Leadership Forum by our leader down there, pastor in Uganda. It is a telling video, one that shows the elite systems of control, because it's not just one system. And I urge everyone to listen to that audio. Probably some of you will need to listen it more than once, more than twice, because we have been saying this in the Tiashan community since the inception, that we are not in poverty for nothing. We are not divided for nothing. We are not in turmoil. We are not backbiting. We are not being envious and jealous for nothing. We are not looking for the Carty Foundation, the Bill Gates Foundation, the Clinton Foundation, all the foundations of the world. We are not looking for them for nothing. It is by design. It is by design, power and control. How a few people, a few organizations were able to control billions of people. And one of the greatest weapons is poverty, misinformation, being conditioned. The fact of the matter is, the biggest weapon in the mix of all this is disunity. Once they can keep us divided, they win. They win. And the two major systems that they put in place to have us permanently divided is politics and religion. We are divided among the gospel. What save you? What do not save you? We are divided in politics against the pink and the white. And so the system does not care who get destroyed in the process, because that is how it is. The first time that I realized that wrestling is fake is when Stampede Wrestling out of Canada came to Antigua some decades ago. Because I am one of those, every Monday, and for those of you back then, when you hardly had television, every Monday morning you can basically expect the streets of Antigua to be deserted. Everybody is behind their television. Monday night wrestling, when they came to Antigua, and I saw the supposedly enemies and were opposition coming out of the same bus, I said, what? Out of the same, the way how they presented themselves on the television, you would not expect that they should be even coming out of the same bus laughing, shaking hands, and then you go inside a ring and pretend that your enemies is pure politics, and that's what politician does. Their enemies at the front of the camera or in public, but their friends behind closed doors when they're dining, when they're in the offices. They're not enemies. And so they cause the masses to be divided, because it is the only how you can keep people in ignorant. It's the only way you can keep the masses poor. It's the only way you can keep the masses foolish. And it's through division. We have enough engineers, technicians, we have enough professors, educators, we have enough resources among ourselves. I'm talking about the ordinary men and women coming together. This is not politics, so coming together, pooling our resources that can make global changes. And that is what TAC is all about. The ability to is not easy to detoxify a people that born, breed, and live for politics and politicians. It's not easy. When we have people that will divide their homes, I said divide their homes for criminals. Because that's what the politicians, most of them are criminals. They have looted the country's resources. Things that you should not die for, you're dying today because of the looters of the economy. Prostitute our wealth. But we die for them. We put our children outside. If you don't vote for this, many marriages end up in divorce because one vote against the other. Oh, we are daffs. The system has create daffs out of us. And you talk about intelligent people, quote unquote intelligent people. We will die for politicians. This is what we have become. And the elite, they're enjoying it too. They're enjoying it because as long as we remain divided, we are ensuring we remain poor and that we pass down the plan of the elites to our children. That is it. And they will pay you to keep the poverty intact. That's what they do. When they see that a group is organizing themselves that is not in line, or a leader of a country that begin to make policies that is not in line, they use their friends to take them out. They use the system to take them out. Isn't that what happened with Marcus Garvey? They use the system, the friends, to take him out. Thomas Sankara, they use the system, their friends, to take him out. That's what they can do. Anytime they see that you're trying, because it's all about money, power, and control. And, for us to believe that is your vote that really matters in election, you're lying. It's not your vote that matters. Look in Antigua and Barbuda, perfect example. Who benefits? Who benefits from politicians? Is it the masses or the people that has money? Look around in my country people. Who benefit in Antigua and Barbuda? The Syrians and the Chinese. It stops right there. And the Caucasians that own the beach properties, the hotels. These are the people that benefit, and you are the slave for them. And you, because they're providing quote unquote jobs. That is it. But who really benefit from elections? And no matter who win the election in my country, the same people benefit because they're not stupid like the majority of us. They're not stupid. They're not on any side. We, the masses, we are ignorantly stupid. And so we pick sides. I was one of them that used to pick side. Honestly, I used to pick sides. And I used to see it red and blue. But in my profession, being a hospitality profession, I was able to climb the corporate ladder very quickly, and the higher you go, the more you see. The higher you go, the more you see. That is why in TAC we say TAC continues to go uphill, because the higher the elevation is, the better the scenery, the more you can see. A lot of things, when you're at the bottom, you cannot see because it is clustered. It is very clustered at the bottom. And you do not see too far when you're at the bottom. Everything impaired your vision from seeing. Even the cars that you're walking in between impair your vision from seeing in any distance. Even a flat, even a foundation will block your view from seeing. But as you elevate, you realize that you can see further in the distance. Some of us are still walking with our eyes open, but we are not seeing anything, but we are looking. And so, as a manager in the hospitality industry, working, you get to close proximity of politicians. And you realize that they're not really enemies. And that's a shocking thing a lot of us don't understand. Even in my country, when it comes to politics, we are illiterate to the highest level. Too illiterate. And when I begin to observe and the talking, and when I visit certain office and certain people call and the conversation they're having, I said, what? What? And we are divided over these people? But you don't know it. You don't know it. And so may we emancipate our minds from that which intoxicated us to look for different ways and to get information that is not comfortable for us, because that is the only thing that will take us from where we are. Information that is not comfortable. This is part one. I will go to part two because there's too much information to be disseminated as to how we are being duped by the system and all the other systems that control the societies that controlled you, the organizations that controlled you within the myths to keep the global poverty, which is the biggest business, intact. This is Chief Abundance. Good morning.